Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Tuesday morning gathering brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. And as you all know, this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them, and then to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I am delighted to be here with Shanti Douglas, mindfulness instructor and longtime meditator. Good morning, Shanti.
Good morning, Suzanne. So happy to be here.
So happy to have you here this morning with us and to have the group with us here joining today. So as we typically do, we'll start off with a question for the group this morning. And then Shanti will share with us a guided practice. We'll have a chance to have a discussion and time for questions at the end. So if you could go to the bottom of your screen and open up your chat, and then you could see the questions coming in. And if you're interested in seeing them coming in real time, you can click the drop-down menu that says panelists, and you can click it to panelists and attendees, and you can see each of the questions coming in and comments real time. Okay, so Shanti, if you'd like to kick us off now, what kind of question do you have for all of us this morning?
Yeah, so I was thinking about that we're going to be talking about gratitude today. And I know we've been through so much over the past 14 months, more changes than we've ever experienced. And it's been kind of wobbly. We've been going up and down. So my question to you is, even given all of the changes that you've experienced this past 14 months, what is something because of that you have gratitude for? Something that because of the changes, because of the challenges, we're stepping back and we're saying, yeah, there's a sense of gratitude I have around that particular situation or circumstance, or maybe a person that showed up in your life that wasn't there before, maybe a change in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So just share in the chat box. It'd be great to see everybody's.
Yeah, someone says a slower pace.
Love that.
More time with my teens. Yeah. I remember someone mentioning this is the first time that she's really had time with her teens by themselves without boyfriends or, friends around, which is
Preciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of time for home renovation projects. Being together with my husband every day. Realization that connections last even without being in person.
Mm-hmm.
New job, staying fully remote, work-life balance.
Which we've been looking for a long time. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Time with family, solitude, appreciating where I live, woods, walks down quiet streets.
Nice.
Yeah, I have to say, I really have been feeling that way, a gratitude for nature. And a little escape from our day-to-day lives, which is nice. Courage to move out of the city. I retired just before the pandemic. Did not have to think about managing my workday.
Nice.
Realizing I have so much to be grateful for, amped up with gratitude practice. Not having to sit in traffic.
That's how much of our life do we have back in that commuting time, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And using that commute time to commune with us, commune with ourselves, commune with whatever offers us that sense of balance and ease.
Definitely.
Yes.
Getting into walks every day. My butterfly garden. Wow. Made lots of bird friends. I have 5 more hours per week. Wow, that's a commute.
That is, and it adds up so quickly. And not even just the hours and how we're spending it, but the reciprocating value of that quieter time, perhaps, or that inward time that we've experienced, or that self connection time or connection to our family. Somebody had mentioned that before, and I remember back in 2019, which seems so long ago, a huge complaint that people had was I never see my family anymore. It's like herding cats to just come together, for that family meal once a week. And now it's all the time, and we're seeing each other grow and learn and doing it together, which is really why we have the family, what we're looking for.
Mm. Yeah, it's interesting how it was a little bit of a reset, and maybe reprioritizing how we want to spend our time, which is a gift.
Yeah, I think it really is, which is, one of the reasons why we're coming together here to kind of have that reset, to check in with ourselves, to make it a regular practice, whether this is the only time of the week that, we do that, or maybe we have a personal practice every single day that we slow down, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes. It's really worth it. Or even if it's just a moment of pause. So
Mhm.
I love what everybody's sharing in the chat box. Thanks so much for that. It's really great to hear from everybody.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'd like us to just, we're going to work with gratitude for a few moments. And the reason why I chose this was because, as we're constantly meeting challenges, whether it's COVID or not, right? Even before COVID, we had things that we were working with. To create a relationship with that in a way where we feel more empowered, more in control, more working and being with things to help to soothe that stress response that we have, or that agitation response, that wanting for things to be different than they are. I have found that gratitude, which is a little bit, it's a bubble up for me, at least from appreciation, helps me to see the bigger picture. Like, how is this playing a role in my life? This challenge that I'm experiencing right now, how can I transform it into a learning or a growth moment, or something where I'm going to look back at it 3 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now with, wow, I'm actually so grateful that happened, because then this beautiful piece of me, or the piece of the puzzle, wouldn't have ever had that opportunity to kind of be cultivated. So the practice that I've been playing with over the past number of months is having gratitude for things, and actually walking around and saying thank you, thank you, thank you, when things are just wobbly, and you could call them different words, but they're just kind of feel like they're getting in the way. Stepping back and saying thank you, it really helps me to work with that. So I thought we could work with gratitude today. So I'm going to invite everybody to come into a comfortable posture. You can readjust to however it feels good for you, just creating some stability, but also some sense of ease with that as well. So having balance in the way that you're sitting. You can close your eyes if that feels right for you, or just simply create a soft haze gaze with whatever is in front of you. And if you'd like to make a connection with the body, a hand on the heart or the belly or both, or even a hand on the leg or the thigh, just making that physical connection. It's like a grounding place. And beginning with a few deep, slow, cleansing breaths. And as you exhale, allowing yourself to soften and glide into this moment, to being right here and right now. Feeling the breath as it comes in, feeling the nourishment that it provides. And as you exhale, feeling free to release anything that you might be holding on to a little too tightly. Whether it's tension in the body, to relax that, putting down the agenda of the day, just creating more space. And as we're breathing, perhaps a little deeper and slower than usual, let's bring our focus and our attention to our heart center, to our chest area. You might imagine that the breath is flowing in and out of your heart center. And as you do so, there's an invitation to bring in a sense of gratitude and appreciation. To activate this emotion, it can be helpful to think or imagine a person, a place, or a time that you have deep gratitude for. That offered a sense of appreciation. Cultivating that emotion as you breathe in and out. And opening these heart energies, the heart energy of gratitude. Feeling the gift of this person or this place. Feeling the meaning, the importance. And continuing to breathe into this feeling sense, allowing the heart to open, allowing the body to receive, allowing the mind to connect as well with a sense of gratitude and appreciation. As you continue with feeling and breathing in this gratitude for this person or this place, we can now simply turn to ourselves. Turn to ourselves with appreciation and gratitude. Activating and cultivating that appreciation and gratitude in ourselves. All the ways that you show up, all the ways that you support, that you do well, even when it's difficult. The invitation is to embrace this energy of gratitude and appreciation for yourself. And to feel it flowing through your body. Flowing through your whole being. Feeling the vibrational energy of appreciation and gratitude. And to offer a few blessings of gratitude, you might say to yourself, I offer my gratitude for the safety and well-being I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the blessings of this earth that I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the measure of health I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the family and friends I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the community I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the teachings and lessons I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the life I have been given. And with that deep sense of gratitude and appreciation, feeling it through your whole being, offering a gentle smile to yourself and to all. Whenever the time feels right, you can gently reopen your eyes and come back to the space.
Thank you, Shanti. Very timely practice.
Yes.
I wonder if there's folks out there that are having a hard time finding something to be grateful for. Is there any advice that you could give them? You know, we all go through that time where we feel that it's hard to find something to be grateful for.
There are so many challenging moments that we can have, and sometimes it just feels like a tsunami on top of us, and it's hard to see the light Um, I find often that creating some touch points can be very helpful. Even just wrapping your hands around yourself, giving yourself a hug, or even just physically holding your hands or putting them on your face. This opportunity that we have. I'm right here. I'm still right here, even amidst all of the difficulties I might be experiencing right now. I'm still right here. And that touch point can help draw our attention out of the mind and into something that feels more tangible, right? Because sometimes that gratitude, where we're seeking or looking for that gratitude, can be external. It's out in the realm, it's somewhere else, but right here. Oh, my hand, my heart, my breath. I'm right here. So I think that can be very helpful.
Yeah, no, that's good advice. Yeah, and our breath can help with that as well. If that's a comfortable place for folks to land, just being grateful for our breath. Just for the very, very basic things.
Yes. So many don't have that, or that ease of the breath.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The ease of the breath. Yeah.
Are folks, are any practices that you use that are helpful with working with gratitude?
Yeah. So I wanted to offer two references. Actually, Robert Emmons, I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with him. He has two books out, Thanks and Gratitude Works. This is his newest one. And he's been researching gratitude for a number of decades now. And Gratitude Works has a lot of different practices in there. One of them, which I've been doing for, about 9 months or so, is at the end of every day, writing down 2 or 3 things that I'm grateful for. And not just the listing of it, but the importance that he has found in changing our baseline of happiness is to re-emote the feeling of that. Like, when you heard the birds in the morning, or somebody dropped you off some flowers unexpectedly, right? How I love when that happens, or a meal or something, or just whatever it was, but getting back into that feeling sense of that and sort of ruminating in that, right? That helps with our brain chemistry, it helps with our body chemistry, and it helps us then, if I know that my practice tomorrow night is to, list out a few more gratitudes, I'm going to be looking through that lens as I go through my day. Like, will this be it? Will this be it? So, there's that scaling up effect that it can have. That's one thing that I think can be very helpful. And it's great to do with kids. You can have like a gratitude jar on your counter with some slips of paper, and the whole family can get involved. And then maybe on a Friday or a Saturday night or something, you open up, hey, what were we grateful for this week? Or create some celebration around that.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah. Another thing that's mentioned, and this was very powerful, to write a love letter or a gratitude letter to someone that had meaning to you. So many times we have mentors in our life, and they might not know what the impact that they had on us. So it can be a beautiful thing to write a letter to them, to present it to them as well, read it to them, even if it's over Zoom or whatever it might be. And that just opens up the heart. And part of that initial practice is also to write that letter to yourself. And not just write the letter, put it in an envelope and mail it.
That's kind of
So you're getting a nice little gift for yourself. Mine is here somewhere on my desk, but writing a love letter to yourself is, I think, so important in opening up our hearts to all the ways that we show up.
Yeah, those are lovely ideas. Someone has a question, comment. What if you find yourself using the same reason for gratitude? Is there a technique to think outside the box when it comes to other things to think of?
Well, I would make that a game. I like to involve play with lots of things. Okay, well, not that one. We already have that one. Like, okay, here's the challenge then, right? So something else that is of gratitude. And that's really going to have us looking and seeking in many different directions. It can also be part of a conversation to have with other people. Let's get some ideas from other people. What are we grateful for besides the base, the basic, which are really important: family, friends, health, food, water coming out of the faucet,
Mhm.
clean water coming out of the faucet. Not everybody can say that. Or, I'm driving my car and I have air in my tires, right? Or I get in my car and there's gasoline in here, whatever it might be. Or I got that every time I get some green lights. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not a big thing, but we start to really seek out. So, in just a general term, but there's so many different things to be grateful for. So we can initiate a game process around that, I think, and just have fun with it. How deep can we get with this gratitude? It's endless. It really is endless.
Yeah.
Great
I think of the idea too to just look back at old photos um, and reminders of old vacations or times with family, because we don't always have to be in the present to think of the gratitude. Although I think it is, that's probably the best type of gratitude. But if you're finding that a challenge, we always have our past memories that can bring back really good feelings. So yeah, I love all those ideas.
Yeah, that's a great.
Mm.
Great.
Someone says, it helps me to think about what it would be like to not have the things I have: hot shower, a safe home, clean water. Mhm.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. The lack of, if I didn't have this. Yeah, and that can really help to create meaning with the simple things that we have.
Mhm.
If
What a
there's-
wonderful discussion. Thank you everyone for piping in here, because I think we could spend a lot of time on this subject. It's a very, very important subject these days. So I think choosing that was perfect timing for us, Shanti. Thank you so much for your teaching and your practice and leading us in a wonderful meditation.
Happy to be here. It's really been lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we really appreciate your time. And thank you to the community out there. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And hopefully we'll see you back on Thursday here with Tara Healy. Okay, so see you
Well,
soon. Thanks again.